All right, so this is part 2 on what is bleed. In the first video, I explained what bleed actually is in the print industry. And in this one, I'm going to show you how to actually set it up in your software. I'm going to be using Adobe Illustrator, but the same settings and concepts will apply, whether you're using InDesign or Canva or any of the Affinity stuff. Whatever you're using, the same idea applies. So let's jump into the computer. I'll show you how it's done. All right, so in Adobe Illustrator, we're just going to start a new document. And then I've got my set to 3.5 by 2, which is the size of a standard business card. I have artboards too, and here's the important part. This is your bleed. So if it is set to 0, you can just hit this arrow up, and that will jump it up by 1/8 of an inch increments, so 0.125 inches. And that is perfect. That is all we need for business cards. So I'll click create, and it opens up like so. I actually don't need that because I've already got my document. Now, if you have one, then you need to add bleed. You're just going to go to File, down to Document Setup, and again we're just going to click that arrow up to add our 1/8 inch of bleed. So we'll click OK. Now here's the important part. If we zoom in, our red line is actually our bleed line. So we need to make sure that anything we want to go off the edge, and our edge is defined by this black line here, we want it to go not only past the black line, but at least to the red line, if not a little bit past it. You just want to make sure that this space is filled in with anything that's supposed to go off of your artboard. So that is how we actually define our bleed. So in this case, I'm going to actually want this background to go all the way to the red. I have my smart guards on, which is Command U, Control U on a PC, and same idea. I want to make sure this green extends. So that means now that we have filled this 1/8 of an inch bleed area all the way around, and we know that we are ready to export this for print. All right, so be sure to check out part 3 where I'm going to explain how to properly export your settings, as they are vital, especially on how to set up your crop marks and making sure they are offset the right amount.